From a water-damaged basement in Prince George's County, Maryland, it's Sunday night. First time I saw you, I saw crimson, I saw dark blue. Saw the ocean we would drive to say our goodbyes. I saw winter, I saw new moons. Saw a heavy-hearted bridegroom. Saw the color of your bedroom in the whites of your eyes. Don't ask me how I knew. It was the first time I saw you. First time I saw you, I saw somebody that I knew. I recognized you from our first glance. See, I seen my share of counterfeits, and I used to have them hang around a bit. But once you seen yourself a genuine, there ain't no going back. Don't ask me how I knew. It was the first time I saw you. Last time I saw you by the ocean like we both knew. Now I guess that I'm supposed to tell you that I'm doing fine. Was the last time that I held a hand, was the last time that I gave a damn. I don't think I'll ever understand why I never found the time. I saw crimson, I saw dark blue. Last time that I saw you, the last time that I saw those two, was the first time I saw you. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. How you guys doing? Did everyone remember that it was Valentine's Day today? Did you remember? Did you get it right? Did you remember but still get it wrong, like I did? Getting my wife flowers, but apparently not getting credit for buying the flowers because I just bought them from the grocery store where I was going anyway. Apparently you don't get credit for that in 2021. I'm not really sure how that works. But I hope your Valentine's Day is going better than mine. Hope you got credit, man. And welcome to Sunday Songs. If you've been to every one of these so far, thank you. Thanks for coming by every Sunday night during this pandemic to hear some tunes. If this is your first one, thanks for being here. Thanks for checking it out. Probably on the dodgy recommendation of some friend. Every Sunday night we're here at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to play some songs that I feel like playing right now. Then later on, we're going to read a poem. We're going to take requests, hear some songs that you guys want to hear, and I answer some questions. So that's how it works. We always love it when you can tell a friend about the show. So if you wouldn't mind just texting a friend who you think might dig the show, who you think might like to check out a free show on Sunday night. So thank you for spreading the word. Is it going to be a Valentine's Day theme tonight? Probably not, because I just don't have that many songs that are love songs. That's not what I focus on in my writing. I definitely focus on the more existential stuff, I guess, which has been wildly successful for me. Here's a song. Here's a love song that I wrote many years ago, though. If they're going to make a shadow out of me, well, I guess I'll be the shadow of that post oak tree in the forest by your house where we used to meet. If they're going to make a shadow out of me, if they're going to make a shadow out of you, well, I hope to catch the briefest glimpse as you go passing through, as the shadow of the Lincoln we drove to school. If they're going to make a shadow out of you, lines will disappear as we grow darker, darker than we planned for at the start. The light of morning will get even farther until at last you can't tell us apart. So if they're going to make a shadow out of us, casting downward to the valley like an Appalachian bluff, I was born, then I loved you, I guess that was enough. If they're going to make a shadow out of us, if they're going to make a shadow out of us. Thank you. Well, wherever you're watching from tonight, hopefully with your Valentine, throw it down in the live chat. I want to check here in a second where you guys are watching from tonight. When the party starts on Monday and Christmas starts in June, when no one minds I just arrived and I'll be leaving soon. If I return with eyes half open, don't ask me where I was. I do my father's drugs. When every revolution is sponsored by the state, there's no bravery in bayonets in tearing down the gates. If you see me with a rifle, don't ask me what it's for. I fight my father's wars. When hunger strikes a fashion and freedom is routine, when all the streets in Cleveland are named for Martin Luther King, you will see me at the protest but you'll notice that I drink. I burn my father's flame. So when the party starts on Monday and Christmas starts in June, when no one minds, I just arrived and I'll be leaving soon. If I return with eyes half open, don't ask me where I was. I do my father's drugs. I do my father's drugs. Thank you. Thanks very much. Let's go ahead and take a look and see where you guys are watching from tonight. All right. Elizabeth, with the most Polish last name I've ever seen in my entire life, is watching from Minneapolis. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thanks for being here. Mama Mary's in a frigid Indiana. It's cold all over the place. Here, John has normally we don't get to questions this early, but John has an interesting question, and I feel like if I scrolled past it, I wouldn't get back to it. Do you feel that as a songwriter, part of what you're offering is a deeply personal part of your human experience? Can you talk about that? Nobody writes lyrics like yours unless they've lived it. Yeah, I mean, I guess they say write about what you know, and I am not really a fictional type songwriter where I'll pick like the perspective of a character and write from it. Like Warren Zevon would write that way. Randy Newman writes that way a lot. I think Tom Waits writes that way a lot. But for me, it's a bit more, it is a bit more personal. And yeah, I'd say sometimes I think to myself that I could get better about writing from characters or this, that, or the other. But then when I do, I just feel like I'm writing in somebody else's style. Not just that I'm writing in a character's voice, but that I just don't prefer to write in that style. And what is your artistic voice, but what you prefer. So yeah, that's. Thank you for the question. That's about it. Cody's watching from Timmins, Ontario. Got in just in time. Wow. In Los Angeles, got my heating blanket on, a glass of bourbon. Just kidding. That was my favorite chat message from last Sunday. Okay, right on. Oh, yeah, I did a private concert. You guys won a contest last week. Excellent. Emily is here for one of many Sunday songs. Thanks for making it back. Andrew, who's been feeding me with fantastic poems via the internet, is here tonight. He got us one for tonight. That's good, too. Hey, from Hanover. What's up, Ben? How you doing, brother? Cindy's in icy San Antone. My man Jason's in Ann Arbor. Aubrey's in Spokane. I think you've been to a couple of these. Thanks for coming back. Amy's in Moline, Illinois. I think the picture of the bridge for the new album for Crescent Bridge came from the Quad Cities, actually. So there you go. You live very close to a piece of album artwork. Amy, thanks for coming here. Oh, man. Tom Laughlin, tuning in from Mission, Kansas, was checking out some of the first shows when they were still social distancing concerts. Awesome to see the progression of the setup. A well-oiled machine. You know, Tom, I didn't click on your comment because I saw the end of it there, but I'm sure glad that I did. This is a well-oiled machine, isn't it? God bless America. Oh, man, how can I say no to this one? Mitchell says, Joe, we woke up at 3 a.m. in the Netherlands. Can you play Hymn 101? Yeah, man. You know what? Our resident bookkeeper, Christopher Wilson, has been telling me that I haven't played that song much in the new year. So let's play Hymn 101 for our Dutch friends who are joining us. And I've come to know the wish list of my father. I've come to know the shipwrecks where he wished. I've come to wish aloud among the overdressed crowd. Come to witness now the sinking of the ship, throwing pennies from the sea top next to it. And I've come to roam the forest past the village with a dozen lazy horses in my cart. I've come here to get high, to do more than just get by. I've come to test the timber of my heart. Oh, I've come to test the timber of my heart. And I have come to be untroubled in my seeking. And I have come to see that nothing is for naught. I've come to reach out blind, to reach forward and behind. For the more I seek, the more I'm sought. Yeah, the more I seek, the more I'm sought. And I've come to meet the sheriff and his posse, to offer him the broadside of my jaw. I've come here to get broke and then maybe bum a smoke. We'll go drinking 2 towns over after all. We'll go drinking 2 towns over after all. And I've come to meet the legendary takers. I've only come to ask them for a lot. Well, they say I've come with less than I should rightfully possess. I say the more I buy, the more I'm bought. And the more I'm bought, the less I cost. And I have come to take their servants and their surplus. And I have come and their speed. I've come to get my fill, to ransack and spill. I've come to trade the harvest for the seed. Oh, I've come to trade the harvest for the seed. And I've come to know the manger that you sleep in. I have come to be the stranger that you keep. I have come from down the road, and my footsteps never slowed. Before we met, I knew we'd meet. Oh, before we met, I knew we'd meet. And I've come here to ignore your cries and heartaches. I've come to closely listen to you sing. I've come here to insist that I leave here with a kiss. I've come to say exactly what I mean, and I mean so many things. And you've come to know me stubborn as a butcher, and you've come to know me thankless as a guest. Will you you recognize my face when God's awful grace strips me of my jacket and my vest and reveals all the treasure in my chest. For our Dutch friends, it's not even Valentine's Day over there anymore, man. You guys are good to go. Let's see where else you guys are watching from tonight. Joe G says, hello from New Orleans. Mardi Gras is canceled this year, but at least I can count on Sunday songs. That you can, brother. COVID's never going to bring us down over here on Sunday songs. Joe Young One tuning in from Sacramento, California. We love your music. Joe, thank you for blessing us every Sunday. The blessing is mine, my friend. It really is. Where else you guys watching from? Boris. Boris, you're in New York City, man. You're the last person left in New York City. God bless America. All right. There we go. Thanks. Perfect middle of the night, Valentine's Day. Brilliant 8 years ago. Wow, you saw us play at Sam Bond's Garage in Eugene. Wow. That you and about 15 other people at that gig. Well, thank you, man. That's fantastic. Lu Wong is watching from Thailand. Jeffrey says, as a Joe Pug virgin. Awesome. Thank you. Jeff W. from Long Grove, Illinois. Thank you, Jeff. That's awesome, man. Here. Keep on telling me where you guys are calling in from. Is it time for the piano cam? Should I do a tune over on the piano? Let's do that. If you haven't been to a show before, we have a proprietary technology here that no other live stream in America has. This is patent pending. It is our piano cam. So let's go do a tune over. Brother, did you hear I made it back to town? I'm getting sober, there's some things I gotta figure out. I saw the station and the lights we used to run around. I could have sworn that there were things I used to care about. Oh, so pleased to see, been so long. Where you been since I've been gone? What were all those words we used to shout? I am the great despiser. I hold myself aside. Slipping back and forth. I'm getting older, man, it's barely worth it anymore. I had a dream that we were sitting on the summer porch. It seemed like everything was just the way it was before.
so pleased to see you. Been so long, where you been since I've been gone? What were all these frozen letters for? I am the great despiser. I hold myself beside her. I often hope for fire. I am the great despiser. And I don't wanna care about it anymore. 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 I don't wanna care about it anymore.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Where else you guys watching from tonight, man? Pete wants to hear "Free Falling" by Tom Petty. I don't know if that comes off so good solo acoustic. Nick is watching from Chapel Hill. That's fantastic. Okay, let's do. Here's a good question. Phil says, "Hey Joe, will it be weird to play music for a crowd rather than a camo? We just sing loud in our living room and can't wait to be in a crowded hall belting out your hits." Well, hit seems like a very loose definition of hits. Yeah, I think it is going to be weird to get back in again. I did. Hold on, I'm getting some feedback here. I did 2 socially distanced shows since this all started, and one of them was outside, and one of them was inside. And the outside one felt like more of a regular show, and the inside one that was socially distanced inside, it felt really weird. And it didn't have to do with the people who set it up. They did a great job setting it up. It was this brewery in Baltimore, Monument City. Wonderful place. Everyone that works there is awesome. Their owner is wonderful. But there was just something about the fact that everything was socially distanced. I just think wherever that's going to be, whether it's at Monument City or a regular club where people go back to it, I think the vibe is just going to be different until this virus really gets licked and people kind of forget about COVID. Because part of the great part about going to see music on a Friday or Saturday night is rolling into a club, ordering a beer at the bar, chatting up somebody next to you that you've never met before. You know what I mean? Hey, how did you hear about the music? Oh, that's pretty cool. Where are you from? This, that, and the other. Leaving, singing with other people, putting your arms around them and stuff like that. And, one of the big things of this pandemic is it's been like, you're almost like distrustful of your neighbors. Maybe not distrustful, but you definitely don't want to be all up in their business or all up on them physically. So we'll see. I think even when shows come back, there's going to be a hangover of not knowing where boundaries are. And one of the cool parts about a live show when it's going really well is it breaks down boundaries between people. And I hope that it can do that when shows come back. But I think it might take a little bit longer than we're maybe all hoping for. Thank you for the question. Okay, Cindy wants to hear Deep Dark Wells. You got it.
From deep dark wells comes pure clean water, and the ice will melt as the day gets hotter and the night grows cold as the sun climbs into the sky. When now is then and tomorrow's coming, and where you've been starts meaning something. As long as you can, just keep stumbling ahead. As long as you're not finished, you can start all over again. As long as you're not finished, you can start all over again. You can start all over again. From deep dark wells comes pure clean water, and the ice will melt as the day gets hotter and the night grows old as the sun climbs into the sky. As long as you're not finished, you can start all over again. As long as you're not finished, you can start all over again. As long as you're not finished, you can start all over again. As long as you're not finished, you can start all over again. You can start all over again.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to play you a tune here. Is this song I'm about to play for you a love song? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's just find out, my friends. I think I wrote this in some ways as a love song. Let's see.
There was a time when I heard you calling out my name, but these days I'm not so sure. When the room went dark and your voice was gone, I heard you all the same, but these days I'm not so sure. I knew I could remember your bedroom and your touch, but these days I'm not so sure. Definitely was a word I used far too much, 'cause these days I'm not so sure. I bummed expensive cigarettes. I wrote John Steinbeck's books. I undressed someone's daughter, then complained about her looks. Stealing was so easy then, I wish that it still were. Now as I pick my own pocket, I know that these days I'm not so sure. The church was my kitchen, the world was my church. But these days I'm not so sure. To choirs I would listen, through briars I would search. But these days I'm not so sure. I sacrificed my sister, I prayed my own soul to keep. I told my dying father that a man should never weep. Breathing was so easy then, I wish that it still were. I guess to breathe just makes me colder. I know that these days I'm not so sure. I drank my wine for breakfast every morning I was born. In the black electric winter, my back was always warm. Stealing was so easy then, I wish that it still were. Now in my sleepless bedroom, I know that these days not so sure.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see what else you guys were requesting. Actually, you know what? Before I get to some more questions and requests, it is time, you guys, for America's favorite time to cry. Soft Boy Poem Corner. Our poem this week is by Pablo Neruda, and it's a special one for Valentine's Day. This is Sonnet 17. I don't love you as if you were a rose of salt, topaz, or arrow of carnations that propagate fire. I love you as one loves certain obscure things, secretly, between the shadow and the soul. I love you as the plant that doesn't bloom, but carries the light of those flowers hidden within itself. And thanks to your love, the tight aroma that arose from the earth lives dimly in my body. I love you without knowing how, or when, or from where. I love you directly without problems or pride. I love you like this because I don't know any other way to love, except in this form in which I am not, nor are you. So close that your hand upon my chest is mine, so close that your eyes close with my dreams. It's not quite a soft boy poem corner that makes you cry, but kind of a hopeful soft boy poem corner this time around, right? Let's see what else you guys want to hear tonight. Eric Maxon says, my daughter wants me to remind you that if she ever gets a pug, she will name it Joe. That, you know, I have a maxim in my career that my picture can never be taken with a pug dog. Otherwise it's all over. So maybe you can photobomb me. Maybe if you get the pug named Joe, you'll photobomb me at a concert, and then I'll be screwed. Kiera says, your songs have more poetry than most, as in most poets can't write music, and most musicians can't write poetry. Who are your poetry influences that make your songs so poetic? Thank you. Well, I tried to read a lot of those influences on this program and also on The Working Songwriter, which is a podcast that I do every Friday night. But, I mean, if you're an American, how could you go wrong with Walt Whitman? Man, I mean, that for me, Walt Whitman really sent me on a pretty long journey, and he really inspires me quite a bit. So Uncle Walt would have to be it for me. Thanks for the question. Let's see what else. Wild God, what was the first live performance that ever made you cry? Billy Joe Shaver. Billy Joe Shaver in a small, he was playing in this very small, almost like a chapel in Texas. And I saw him, and he made me cry. He was so beautiful. God rest his soul. He's gone now. But Billy Joe Shaver definitely made me cry. Wow, this is a lot for Bright Beginnings. This is our 5th request for Bright Beginnings, so we'll do that next. Absolutely. I got you guys. Of course. Yeah, let's do, let me get the guitar for Bright Beginnings, since that's what you guys want to hear.
I don't know, but I could swear we left our better selves somewhere. These days all we do, it seems, chase our checks and call them dreams. I've known you since we were kids, with the whole world cut up on a dish. Then the work went south and your dad got sick, and the ground below began to slip. Bright beginnings often fade, precious few can keep the flame. So let the chips fall where they may. We're headed out of town today, where we're bound for I can't say. There's no sure things in this life, babe. Bright beginnings often fade, precious few can keep the flame. But all I have I'd give to stand beside that brightness once again. And all I have I would happily give. All I have happily give. All I have, I would happily give. All I have, I would happily give, baby. To stand there with you now. To stand there with you ever. To stand there with you now. To stand there with you ever. To stand there with you now. To stand there with you ever. To stand there with you now. To stand there with you ever.
Thank you. Thanks to all 5 of you who requested it. Let's see here. You're isolated in a cabin alone for a year. First of all, just stop right there. As the father of 2 kids under the age of 4, that just sounds fantastic. Right there. I don't need any media at that point. I'd be fine just as described. But you say you get 3 books, 3 movies, and 3 albums to have with you. I don't really watch movies that much, I'll be honest with you. I'm not really a movie guy, so I don't know. But books, I would probably do East of Eden by John Steinbeck. I would probably do, which is one of my favorite books of all time. So I would reread that. And then I would reread Moby Dick, because I love that book too. And then I'd bring a book that I hadn't read. I'd bring War and Peace by Tolstoy. And I'd try to get through that. And then albums, man, 3 of them for a year. Oh man. I would probably do, I'd probably do Tom Waits' Closing Time. I'd probably do, man, this is kind of a hard question. This is a question I should have thought about by now, you know this. Yeah, definitely Tom Waits' Closing Time. It would have to be a Dylan record, I guess, because maybe Time Out of Mind by Dylan, something later, you know what I mean? And then, last one, what would I pick? Probably Gillian Welch, Time the Revelator, because if I had a year alone, I might have a chance to listen to I Dream a Highway 3 times in its entirety, because that's about how long that song is. Thanks for the question. Brent says, hello from Calgary. Hope to see you here. I hope to come out there. I just interviewed a guy for the podcast named Corb Lund, and he's from Calgary, I believe. Let's see. This one forever. Let's do this. John wants to hear Nobody's Man. You got it, brother. And it looks like we got a lot of 1,000 Men upvotes. Okay, we can get to that next. But let's try Nobody's Man. It's been a while.
Trees of the Casbah, beneath the roots of those trees, on the casket floor, on the casket floor. The bottom of me feels so complete. Around my childhood museums, there stand Chinese guards. One of them has a bell, one of them has a bell that he rings. When I come too close or leave too far, you might say that it's reckless, you might say that it's wild, but I'd rather be nobody's man than somebody's child. Splinters in my fingers, and there's Portland cement in my lungs. I got a hammer and a cough, I got a hammer and a cough, and all of my friends speak in foreign tongues. There's an ugliness grown up inside me. From where it has come, I don't know. I left my sweetness beside my sweetness beside that girl I could buy long ago. They might find my body at the bottom of the pile, but I'd rather be nobody's man than somebody's child. Such plans they have, such gods they have, deep in this nation of heat. We've been outdone again, we've been outdone again. All of my friends, they woke on their feet. In the Congress of Jackals will put a tax on my smile, but I'd rather be nobody's man than somebody's child. I might move to Las Vegas, live there for a while, 'cause I'd rather be nobody's, nobody's, nobody's. Yes, I'd rather be nobody's man than somebody's child.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Here's the point in the show where I remind you that you can buy a ticket right here at Venmo or PayPal. And when I say buy a ticket, I mean just kick over a few bucks for the show. If you're not in a place where you can kick in, that's fine. I'll still be here every weekend for you, every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for coming by tonight. Oh, and another thing that you could do, I would be remiss if I didn't remind you that I got a new album coming out. It's called The Diving Sun. Here, let me get this out of the way. Get this banner out of the way. For the love of God. It's called The Diving Sun. It comes out March 19th. You can pre-order it now by going to joepuck.merchtable.com. It was originally supposed to be a B-sides album, but then I ended up remixing a bunch of it, and then I ended up writing a bunch of new songs for it. So I hope you'll go grab a copy of it now. You can go to YouTube, go to my YouTube channel. You can listen to the first single that's out. It's called Crescent Bridge. And thank you for everybody who's done that already. I really appreciate the support for everyone who's done that so far. I think I saw a bunch of requests for 1,000 Men, so that's how we'll end the show tonight. 1,000 Men, pretty strange song to end the Valentine's Day show on. But the mob has spoken. The mob has spoken. Thanks for being here for Sunday Songs. I hope to see you guys here next week. This song is called 1,000 Men.
See Thomas Jefferson on the eve of Bunker Hill, writing words to die for, writing sentences to kill. They've come to paint his portrait, so he grabs a chair and sits as the surgeon orders cotton for 1,000 tourniquets. For God and country, for us and them. Every good idea kills at least 1,000 men. At least 1,000 men. See the able-bodied Christian in a dark and savage land, telling all those who will listen that God was once a man. Through needles' eyes so narrow, he will lead them 4 by 4. He's got 900 shackles, he needs at least 100 more. 1,000 men, 1,000 men. Every good idea kills at least 1,000 men. At least 1,000 men. See the able-bodied student in his laboratory coat, whispering calculations like prayers stuck in his throat. Soon he will discover some flawless medicine, but right now he needs an oven that holds at least 1,000 men. Some are the means, some are the ends. Every good idea kills at least 1,000 men. At least 1,000 men. 1,001, 1,001. Every man I know thinks that he's 1,001. 909, his day is done. Every man I know thinks that he's 1,001. I know I'm 1,001.
Thank you for coming to Sunday Songs. I really appreciate you guys being here every week. I know I say this every week, but it really does. It's made my pandemic that you guys come here every Sunday night for these songs to listen. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to remind you, if you're watching on Facebook, I think this is going to be the last month where we have any of the streams go to Facebook, and we're going to consolidate everything on YouTube going forward. I like it here, mainly because I like having everyone together so that everyone can be focused in a single chat together. So I'm going to continue to stream to Facebook for the rest of the month, and then after that, there's just going to be a Facebook event with a YouTube link in it, and hopefully we can all just watch in YouTube together and converse together in YouTube. So thanks for being here. Thanks for kicking in a few bucks for a ticket or a tip, and I will see you guys next week. Have a great week. Peace.